Hi, my name is Pascal. Today we are going to have a quick review of the Smolov Jr program which I have run in 2016. It works for increasing your bench press, and that is what it is most advertised for. It is very single-minded, so I usually wouldn't recommend it to beginners and maybe not even at all. Also, Smolov Jr is pretty easy to run, and with the bench press I think it is a better alternative than Smolov if you want to be single-minded about something. If you want to read the entire article that I've written about it, please follow the links in the description box below. There you will also find templates and links to templates to run it yourself and the numbers that I went through when I was on the cycle. Smolov Jr basically takes the most repeatable and most moderate part of its bigger brother Smolov for the squat and isolates it in a 1 month cycle, which is often used to increase your bench press. Now, I like that more than the thinking around Smolov, because when you're bench pressing and you're hitting a plateau, and if you do something just for a month rather than just 3 months, then the commitment is a lot lower and you are also kind of able to do something else. If you do a program like Smolov, then you'll be pretty gassed because the squat is just more demanding than the bench press on your entire body. So if you are debating with yourself whether to do Smolov or Smolov Jr because you just want to switch up things a little and want to bring focus into your training, then go with Smolov Jr and design a little bit of other stuff around it rather than going with the big brother Smolov, because I think that is one of the most single-minded and most biased approaches that you can possibly take out of cookie cutter programs that will hurt you in the program that you do 1 or 2 cycles after you've run the Smolov cycle. So if you want to pick one of the two, go with Smolov Jr. The good news about Smolov Jr is that it actually works for the intended purpose of increasing the bench press. So I ran it for a month and increased my bench press from 140 to 150 kg with wearing a lifting belt, gangster reps, and everything you could possibly think of that is allowed in raw powerlifting. Now, are those great numbers overall? No, they're not. I weighed 88 kg at that time, so most elite powerlifters will just laugh at that result, but I also think it's a bit more than your average Joe that just steps into the gym. So Smolov Jr works. However, what you need to keep in mind is that it is a reflection of the number you can do if the only thing you're doing for a month is bench pressing. Now, to how many people does that actually apply? Well, if you want to break a bench press world record, that's the way to think about it. Spend as much time as you possibly can on maximizing the bench press. Everything else is secondary to that. But there is really only a limited amount of the population that thinks that way. Now, the bench press is usually used either for bodybuilding purposes, powerlifting purposes, maybe to increase your own performance in some kind of sport. What all of these have in common is that the bench press is not the only thing that you care about. So if you want to increase your 1 repetition maximum based on the fact that you're bringing the volume through the ceiling for a month, but that is not sustainable over your whole sports career, then you're basically lying into your own pocket. So do Smolov Jr if you want a little switch up and you're really frustrated with the 1 rep max that you currently have and just want to push beyond that and see also that your body can do that. That can really have a very positive psychological effect. But once you've established that 1 repetition maximum, keep in mind that you build it on a base of only bench pressing and take that into consideration when you switch to a program that is way broader within the movements that you're doing. With that said, I would recommend at least a 10% deduction of whatever you have established on that cycle, just to be sure and to be sane about whatever you're doing next. What is the consequence of not being aware of that dynamic? Well, you're most probably gonna injure yourself, and that is what happened to me. 2 cycles down the line from Smolov Jr, I developed a tennis elbow. Now, a tennis elbow is basically some liquid building in your elbow, and it looks like you have a tennis ball there. That's why it's called a tennis elbow. No surprises there, really. However, it is an injury that is really, really easy to remedy. Just basically stop bench pressing, and give it some rest and time, and then you will get back on the horse. However, what that did was that I was out for a month of bench pressing. So you see, I invested a month into Smolov Jr, pumped up my 1 repetition maximum to 150 kg. 2 cycles later, I have an injury. I can't bench press for a month. And guess what? I'm back where I started out at 140 kg for whatever cycle I do after. So, that is why I think Smolov and Smolov Jr are not really great programs for thinking long term. Should you do them? Well, do them as an experiment, especially as a very experienced lifter. Definitely not as a beginner. And just be mindful about what the cost of that experiment is to you, because I wasn't when I entered it, and I hope this video helps you to understand the cost that you're bringing upon yourself in terms of time and possible misconception of your strength and numbers when you're running these programs. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and tell your friends about my channel. Have a very nice day, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.